Well, look who it is. I'm back, boys. Oh, God. Fucking stressful week. Trying to get all this sorted. I nearly didn't make it today because of the ban. The ban's been lifted. I contested it. It's been stricken from the records. So, your boy is back. Fucking absolutely fuming. Basically what happened was I came back. What's going on, Idris? I came back from I was outside. I was on a fag. Me and my brother were watching the stream back. Just as in like seeing, you know, just doing what I normally do, was just like check up and see what's fine, because I'm downstairs. I'm not looking at the screen or anything like that. And in the time it takes for me to go upstairs to come back, I come back, look at the old streaming setup and everything, and my stream has been taken down. And I thought, fuck me. I don't know what I did wrong. But it turns out because I was at half time, someone came on the chat and asked if I was showing the game. I didn't respond because I wasn't at my desk. And I think they just assumed I was showing the match. I looked up the company who reported me for showing the game, and it turns out that they're from Madrid. They are a Spanish company. We are underway. This happened against Sevilla as well, so I don't think Spanish fucking piracy companies like me very much, because I got banned that time, albeit I was showing the game for that one, so I'm kind of guilty for that. But on this occasion, absolute cunts. But I am back. It is good news. Jazweenie, what's going on? If you've just joined, you've missed the whole story about what happened, but long story short, mistaken identity. They thought I was streaming it when I wasn't. My copyright strike's been rescinded, so I haven't got a strike against my name. It's all good. It's all good. But yeah, we've rested a few players. We're back. Gilmore's started. First game he's played under Tuchel. Or first game he started under Tuchel, rather. God, I can't explain to you how frustrated I was because I didn't do anything wrong. I was like, oh, all my hard work for nothing. So this is what I'm going to say. If this happens again, if I just disappear, then you know I've been taken down because of a copyright strike. So what I'm asking you to do, and it's completely up to you, is all my other social medias. You don't have to pick all of them. Could just pick one. I would recommend YouTube because my YouTube channel stayed up. I show the game there, but that stays up, or it stayed up when I was taken down on here. So if you have a look, they're all the same names. They're all exactly the same names. Instagram. I don't post too much on Instagram, but you can check that out as well. There's Twitter, which probably would be quite easy because once people start following me on there more often, then I'll start updating if anything happens or before the game. But of course, I'm also streaming on YouTube currently as well, right as we speak. So make sure you look me up, I guess. And if anything does go wrong, then you do know where to find me elsewhere. It's becoming more of an issue. Well, I don't know. I've been taken down twice. One was actually my fault, and this other time was completely unjustified. But as I said, if you want to find me somewhere else, then you can on those links. I swear to God, some of you guys don't have very easy names to pronounce. But is that an L or an I? XD. I'm going to call you XD, mate. Thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. Now on 204, boys. We're on a roll. We're on a roll. But that is the last I'll say about it. I'm sure it's a very boring topic. But I just wanted to clarify in case you guys were a bit like, where the fuck's he gone? Nice to see Scott Parker back at the bridge. Hopefully we can win here today. Leicester, of course, dropping points against Southampton yesterday. A 1-1. They actually went 1-0 down, only for a couple of minutes, but to Southampton, who were down to 10 men early on in the game as well. So, but for this game, Havertz up front. Giroud has been dropped completely. Didn't make the bench. Don't really know what's happened there. But nice to see Gilmore in the starting lineup as well. And obviously, in so many words, we have played a weakened side because... Oh, Jesus! What a save! Fucking hell. Billy fighting for the badge. Billy nearly fucking got us dossed. Oh, was that Billy? Or no, that was Havertz that lost the ball there. What a save from Mendy. corner ball to the boys down the road. But yeah, so in so many words, we have played a weakened side. So Fulham are going to look at this and think, you cheeky cunts. Well, obviously, we're not a big enough game for you and all that sort of stuff. But we can't take it lightly. We have to win this. We're still in that race for top 4. Jesus Christ, some of these fucking pile drivers from 40 yards out. Obviously, we're still in the fight for top 4. And having Leicester had losing points, it's a chance for us to capitalise. Once again, we've had many a chance this season and we've bottled it quite a few times. It's got to be said. If we draw, we are 3 points behind them. But if we win, we will be 1 point behind. 1 point? Yeah, 2 points. 2 points behind. 2 points behind Leicester City. And we still have to play them twice. Once, of course, in the FA Cup final. And, of course, another one, the game after that in the Premier League. If we take a look... Why is that not updated, you fucking... Oh. Oh, no, it is right. What am I talking about? If we look at the upcoming fixtures... Real Madrid next, big game. Man City, big game. Arsenal. It's Arsenal. So you never know. And then, of course, Leicester in the FA Cup final following the Arsenal game. Ziyech plays in Mount. Great chance! Oh, fucking hell, Werner! I'm not surprised. I'm honestly like, oh, fuck off. Unless he's hit this so hard that he had no chance of getting onto that, but... He's on his footing so poor there. His positioning. He has to expect that to be drilled in. But I'm sorry, Werner has to fucking at least try and get a fucking toe on that. Jesus Christ, man. Every game, something goes wrong for him. The most self-sabotaging bastard I think we've had in so long. That being said, we are looking good, but Fulham also looking a bit tasty themselves. They've had a couple of chances, long range, albeit picked up by Chilwell, maybe. Blocked, and it goes out for a throw-in on the corner. Timo Werner just can't finish his dinner. And Tammy Abraham looking on with a right look of, I would have fucking scored that. And he would, because you think how long his cunting legs are. Does jar me. In a game as well where Tammy Abraham, you want to be resting players like Werner for the Real Madrid game, and if an out of favour Abraham, you play him in a game like this at least. It's an absolute disgrace that Tammy Abraham's been dropped the way he has. He's still a top goal scorer, for fuck's sake. I mean, does that not say enough? Unbelievable. I'm going to be so sad to see him go. I wouldn't be surprised if we get someone better, but all the same, I have liked watching Abraham's rise into the first team on a regular basis. I feel like he's done the job really well. Yeah, he's had some off days, but if you compare him to the likes of Timo Werner, who cannot do anything right, I feel it's very harsh on Tammy. So you would imagine something's been said. It's very Chelsea for something to have been said in the training or like behind the scenes that we haven't seen. But for you know, fucking, what's going on, my guy? But for Tammy to be dropped the way he has, and then Werner to get chance after chance after chance and doesn't score, it's fucking stupid, isn't it? Like, But yeah, well, go on, my G. Played in! Havertz! Yes! Yes! I know it's only Fulham. I've got to wet my whistle from missing out on the last fucking game because getting fucking taken down. But Kai Havertz, absolutely cool as you like finish. Fulham's in big trouble. Fulham are in big trouble here. This could get embarrassing. I know it's only 1-0, but in 10 minutes we've finally broken the deadlock of what seemed the loosest lock you've ever seen. Absolutely brilliant pass from Mason Mount. Nearly saved by Areola, who is really, I think, quite an underrated goalkeeper. But Kai Havertz, just too much. Werner trying to get a fucking toe on that. The cheeky little cunt. Or at least trying to follow it in. Kai Havertz showing his strength. Something at the start of the season when he first joined Chelsea I was a bit worried about was that he was a fucking stick when he first joined Chelsea. It's got to be said. And he was getting bodied left, right and centre. But a goal like that, he's showing his strength. And just like that, boys, we're 1-0 up. Havertz, slowly but steadily, beginning to show the quality that he can bring to Chelsea Football Club. Werner, not so much just yet, but you can see the potentials there. That's the difference, is that we knew that both of these players were good. We know that they've got the quality. It's just they need to start showing it on a regular basis. Again, for Ziyech as well. I know I say all this every week, but there's no visible improvement in these players. Havertz, I honestly think Havertz is the most improved out of those sorts of players. Ziyech really isn't doing much for me, I must be honest. Not as much as I hoped he would do. And he's 26, 27. He needs to be showing up more often. He's got the experience behind him at this point. How is that not a foul? Jesus. Hakim has the fucking potential to be one of the best fucking playmakers in the world. But he's just not doing the bits as Werner! Oh! He's starting to lose his rag now. Don't get me wrong, I like Ziyech. He was probably the player I was most excited to see join Chelsea. But he needs to. His consistency is not there. Here's Werner with a really good chance, but it just gets away from him. Werner's going to score today. I'm calling it. He's looking angry. I feel like we need angry Werner to show up, so that you just need him to have a little bit of fucking fire under him. Get the blood boiling a bit, and it will get that aggression going to the point where he's like, fuck, you know what, fuck this. And then that's what spurs on the goals, hopefully. But if that doesn't do it, then I don't know, he's a fucking lost cause if not.
When you don't score many, that is a dangerous combination. That's why they are where they are. They've got 25 goals in 33 Premier League games.
We're looking tasty, though. We are looking tasty. No one really a weak link so far from what I've seen. Nearly 15 minutes gone. And I'm happy with this performance so far, it's got to be said. Played in. Chilwell looking to get on the end of that. Some of these through balls. Masterful through balls so far. It's got to be said once again. Nice amount. Chasing Aina. Former Chelsea player, I believe. Good to see Zuma back as well. He's obviously been here and there every now and then, but it is good to see him. Rudiger, I think, has really cemented his place. Christensen for sure, and Thiago Silva is Thiago Silva, so that goes without saying, really. Oh, given away. I'm guessing you're not a. You're an Arsenal fan, mate. I've got a sneaking suspicion you're an Arsenal fan.
It's a delicate balancing act that Thomas Tuchel has, isn't it, with the Champions League semi
But yeah, no, Chelsea looking shit. Yeah. Oh, handball. Fucking Werner. It's going to be... Oh. If we scored from that, it would have got taken back. He fucking handled it, basically.
Chelsea bench. Cesar Azpilicueta, who's been playing a wing back in the last couple of games, he's on the bench as well, with Reece James getting a run out here. Yeah, Chelsea could make life so much easier.
Reece James. Not really had too much of an impact in this game so far. Zuma. Chilwell. Not the most weakened squad. It's got to be... fucking hell, I need to come up with more sayings than it's got to be said. But it has got to be said that we haven't really got the weakest of teams out. Albeit we've got Gilmore on and there's no Kante and Pulisic and Jorginho. But certainly not a B team by any means. So for Fulham to lose here, should they lose, it's nothing to be ashamed of, that's for sure. Chelsea, Premier League contenders for next season and beyond. If we carry on with the form that we're in, even Pep Guardiola said himself that Chelsea are probably the most likely to contend for the Premier League next season. We've got a really good feeling. If you are a Chelsea fan, even if you're not a Chelsea fan, you know, apart from Ed, don't fucking kill me or whatever the fuck that stands for. Even he knows deep down in his poor little Arsenal heart, or Tottenham heart, probably Arsenal if we're being serious. He knows Chelsea are on the up and up again, back to where we belong, at the top, at the very top. Thank you. It's Curtis Zuma. Mount crossed in. Havertz has scored, but it is offside. Brilliantly taken again from Havertz. Mason Mount with a through ball once again. He's so offside. That is so poor from Havertz. Brilliant finish, brilliant take, but I thought it was Werner for a second there. Jesus.
England in the VAR hot seat today, by the way. In the back of Lookman by Christensen. He's got a pretty impressive record in Premier League terms, Andreas Christensen, that if he hoped to protect here, it's clean sheets in the last 7 games he's started now.
Oh. Yeah, no, Christensen has come back to being... Christensen, Zuma not as good as I think he was a couple of months ago, but he's certainly still solid. Christensen, though, he's only getting better. He's only going to get better from now. Absolutely insane talent. Werner could learn from Havertz. Well, you'd think, speaking the same language, you know, he'd take a few pointers on how to finish, but when you've got Tuchel advising that he doesn't spend more time in training on his shooting and goes home, I can't imagine. That's probably one of the worst things I think Tuchel has said in an interview, really. Usually they're quite good watches when you watch his interviews or his press conferences rather. But when he said about Werner wanting to practice for longer after training on his finishing and everything else, you would, as a manager, be like, yes, please, just do it, please. But Tuchel was like, no, take some time off, go home, play the Xbox, whatever. But just doesn't make sense. Throw in to Fulham. 20 minutes gone. I'd say that we are in control, but another goal or two wouldn't hurt. It's a brilliant storming run, but no match for Kurt Zuma. He clears it. crazy how when we do concede now, it's almost a surprise. It comes as a surprise, or usually when we do concede, they're a fucking howling mistake from our defence from some angle. Whereas under Sarri and Lampard, it was just like it was a given that you wouldn't be able to watch a Chelsea game without conceding a goal, and it's a sign of Tuchel's qualities in the fact that we are so rarely conceding goals at this point. Obviously, Karim Benzema's goal against Chelsea on Tuesday this week was an absolute fucking belter. Do you remember? I was saying that if someone was going to score, it was always going to be Benzema. Hopefully Kovacic is back and well for that game on Wednesday. The deciding game. Second leg of the semi-final. Of course, 1-1. You're definitely an Arsenal fan, man. You're a bitter guy. It's positive vibes around here, my guy, but you're just... It's okay. I understand your pain, but we all know how hard it must be to be an Arsenal fan. Seriously. So... Just a manager, man. Don't expect this next season. Didn't really get that with Arsenal, though, did you, when you had Arteta? Oh, you did. Maybe for a couple of games, but look at you now, mate. Absolute shite. Manager bounce usually happens for maybe a couple of games. But to reel off the stats that Tuchel has gained as a manager since joining, he's already managed more points in 14 games in the Premier League that he's been in charge of than Lampard did in the 19 games that he was in charge of Chelsea up until he got sacked. It's a brilliant shot and a fantastic fucking save, but yeah, if that's not a good enough stat for you, mate, shove it up your arse. Flores X, thank you very much for the follow, my man. Or woman, whatever you may be. Him, hey, them, they, and all that. But yes, thank you very much for the follow, man. I appreciate it. Up to 205 now. Whoa! We're absolutely blasting through them now, boys. I appreciate every single one of you that tunes in on a regular basis. That average number creeping up. It's creeping up. Oh my god. It's okay. You didn't have to clarify, I know. You know how times are these days. You never know. You never know. But welcome nonetheless. If you are, well, I'm assuming you're new. This is your first time ever watching me, but if you are new, I have done every Chelsea game this season. I'm doing all the other Chelsea games for the rest of the season. And if you need a place to come and talk to Chelsea fans or just football fans in general, even if it is this guy Ed, you know. People. But yeah, no, I show every Chelsea game. So if you just want a place to come and chat or talk to other Chelsea fans or football fans, you're more than welcome to stay. Chelsea should have kept Lampard. There would have been a better situation. I'm not taking the bait, mate. I'm not taking it. We're in the Champions League final. Whoa, we're in the FA Cup final. We're in top 4. I know you want me to fucking start having a go at you, mate, but it's okay. I understand. Your season isn't going well. You lost. You lost your semi-final first leg against, was it Valencia or there's Villarreal, wasn't it? Stinky. You and nearly Man United were fucking really bringing the English sides down this year in Europe. Chelsea and Man City having to represent as usual. Man United obviously coming up the butt with a 6-2 win, but Arsenal being Arsenal, I've predicted this a few times, especially this season. I think it's becoming more and more apparent that Arsenal are going to end up like a Leeds team or like a Blackburn. Or I could honestly see Arsenal becoming a bottom half team, if not getting relegated in the next 10 years. I honestly would not be surprised. They're fucking shite so regularly. Doesn't matter what you do to make them better. You got your Aubameyangs and your Lacazettes, and I'm sure they've banged net and everything, especially against Chelsea. You know. But in the scheme of things, your team are dusted. Your team are absolutely in the mud. Yeah, you've got to give it to me there for knowing you're an Arsenal fan just by the fact you're salty as fuck. Just by the fact you're a cunt. Coming in here. Just by the way you're talking, I knew you were an Arsenal fan. It was too bait. I know you hate Chelsea because we've taken the crown from you as the best team in London, but we've been the best team in London for quite a considerable amount of time now. Once we surpassed you, you've never topped us. I'm sorry. You had your time, but it's now. I don't know. I was gonna say in the wise words of Claude himself, it's time to go. And you guys have well and truly gone. You're dusted. That being said, you still got a chance to win the Champions League. No chance of that. The Europa League. You can't do it just like us, though. You can't be as good as Chelsea. We haven't been in the Europa League and not won it. That's another stat for you, mate. So, Chelsea in the Europa League twice, won it twice. I think we've lost one game, and that was and we still went through in that tie. Crossed in. I do. If you remember the hype behind Pepe when he first joined, or was going to join, and then when he did join. You talk about dusted players like Werner. Pepe's got to be one of the dustiest of them all. No, it's fine. This is what this platform's for, is to have a little bit of back and forth. It's what it would be like at the games, I'm sure, you know. But don't come in here trying to make Chelsea look bad. When you're an Arsenal, you're so obviously an Arsenal. You didn't even tell me that you're an Arsenal fan, and I fucking knew. But it's okay. You're welcome here. You don't have to follow, but I know you'll probably be back sometime. You're welcome whenever, mate. If you want to come and watch a stream of a team that is on a winning roll, touted for big things. It's okay. We'll even let... No, I mean, we're not going to accept you into the old Chelsea community, but at the same time, if you want to just pretend that Chelsea are Arsenal, just for when Chelsea are winning, when Arsenal are doing badly, we'll let you believe that. If you want to be a cunt, feel free. I mean, you support Arsenal, so you're already halfway there. Flores, thank you very much, my man. More water the better. I'm absolutely hanging out my arse today, I'll tell you that for free. Half an hour gone. No, more or less. There's plenty of you in the chat right now. Not in the chat, watching. Feel free to stick around. Feel free to follow if you want to follow. I've had plenty of follows in the past couple of days. Chelsea playing well, though. It's become a bit of a... I mean, for the last 10 minutes, I've just been slagging off the Arsenal fan. But you got to do what you got to do. We're looking good. We're looking solid. But that being said, I think it was West Brom where we were winning. Were we winning that? We were winning that to start with. And very similar vibe. We were winning and we were comfortable, and then it all went fucking wrong right before half time. I mean, the last 10 minutes they've had 68% possession at Fulham. Werner is so stiff! Jesus Christ, man! He's so wooden, it's ridiculous. I just believe me, man. I'm not backing Werner at all. I'm one of the ones that I completely understand what you're saying when you're saying he's not good. You know, inside he is good. He's got the quality there, but it's just locked up so very tightly. It's so difficult to find that quality again. Sadly, I personally, I wouldn't be surprised if I'm proven wrong. But my prediction is he won't be at Chelsea very long. And he'll go either back to Germany or he'll go to another team and absolutely tear it up. But he'll be a Morata. He's got such Morata vibes about him. It's ridiculous. Even though Morata was actually, I feel, better than Werner's been so far for Chelsea. Morata came up with a few little tricks here and there. We should have played. I said this at the beginning of the stream. Like 10 minutes in. Tammy Abraham on the sideline. He looked absolutely fuming. I said this is a typical game that you should and would play Abraham in. When you've dropped him, supposedly he's not a frequent goal scorer. You got to come up with better ones, mate. Honestly, just the number 9 curse at Chelsea. Well, not really. He's still our top scorer, I think. Is he our top scorer? If you start Gilmore, you're 100% just. You would think, yeah. And there was a chance early on. That being said, Havertz fucking stiff as well. So heavy-footed running after the ball. It's not that far away. He made that look like it was miles away. End up being more prolific. Gilmore, you think who? Who's going to end up being more prolific?
This is Chelsea's 52nd match of the season, as I mentioned earlier. Mason Mount has played in 48 games. 29th Premier League start.
Yeah, our top scorer this season in the Premier League, Tammy Abraham, hasn't played for fucking ages and somehow is top scorer. I just don't understand the reasoning behind dropping him as much as he has. There is definitely something behind. He's been shite recently. He's been shite non-stop. Just does me head in. He's one of those players. Torres, I've been saying this so many times as well, is Torres actually, we knew he was good. We knew he was on the decline because he was getting old. And he had his best moments at Liverpool. Albeit he won far more trophies, bigger trophies at, I think he didn't. Did he ever win a trophy at Liverpool? I don't think he did. But Torres was frustrating to watch, but it was more like he just couldn't get a break, catch a break, you know. Werner's exactly the same sort of vibe. But it's whether or not he can find the way to get over the hump, you know. It's all about next season. It's all about next season for Timo Werner. If he can't perform in the first 10 and 15 games in the season next season, he's dusted, quite frankly, and I wouldn't be surprised if he gets sold. We'll find another team that want him. Arsenal probably good suitors for a team like a player like that. Dusted Chelsea players. They like picking up dusted Chelsea players. You know, David Luiz, Czech. Willian, how can we forget? Old fucking trusty Willian. Woohoo! Probably a few other players I'm forgetting. Have you ever noticed that when we've gotten Arsenal players, they've ended up being quite good. Most notably, obviously, Ashley Cole. We had Emmanuel Petit, for those who remember him. He was decent for Chelsea. He was there for our Premier League, I think our first year when we won the Premier League. And then they get David Luiz, Willian, and Czech. Czech, of course, never conceded a goal against Messi. Joined Arsenal, concedes against Messi. And then countless other statistics that he never did wrong for Chelsea. And then would, well, as soon as he joined Arsenal, he just became a fucking spanner. But never realised how much I hate Arsenal. But it's not even hate. It's the fact that Arsenal fans believe that they're still a big team. Which is what's funny. You're not. You're not. You're dusted. As I said. Where are you? You're 10th. You're 10th. Here is Timo Werner. Go on, boy. Tackled with fucking ease.
To play in the first half at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea have their first corner.
Corner ball to the boys.
Done well from them this season.
As I said, 10 minutes to go. And we could be playing better, it's got to be said.
If they do score from this one, it'll take their Premier League.
A goal here would be nice. You've got Thiago Silva and Zoom. Fucking hell, Havertz is tall. He's so much taller than I realised. What the hell? Fucking awful cross. Talking to Willian. That was a very Willian corner. Oh! Heavy fall there for Ziyech, but gets up like nothing happened. Well, I just saw him stood next to Thiago Silva and Zuma and thought, Jesus. He's only a... Oh, Christ almighty. How's that a foul? Fuck off.
Yeah, I've seen this kind of performance plenty of times. They have been, for the most part, organised. They have played good football.
It's yeah, he's got the height and he's got the. You would think he would have the strength. As I was saying, he didn't show any signs of strength at the beginning of the season, but he's certainly grown. In the past couple of months or so, from what I can see, anyway. Werner trying to pick it up. He just cannot catch a break, Werner. Fuck me, poor bloke. Poor bloke. But yeah, just very quickly going back, because obviously I was suspended for the last stream, and I'm sure a lot of you were wondering where I'd gone. You weren't necessarily sure. I can't stress enough. Feel free to subscribe, especially to the YouTube one. As I said, I'm streaming there currently as well as we speak. So help me get the numbers up on there as well if you can. Here is Timo Werner. Can he square it? He can! It's a brilliant ball from Werner! Why is Ziyech not chasing that back? Fucking brilliant save from Areola. Why Ziyech just stood there with his hands on his fucking head? Donut. Absolute donut. Brilliant chance there. Just over 5 minutes to go until half time. Fuck me. What a fucking cross from Timo Werner. Just because we can see on the TV like the angle he can get it, he doesn't fucking know necessarily that the angle's on. But he found it. Did he find it? Here's Havertz. Werner, it's a great turn. Oh, just forgot the ball again. But yeah, take no. There is no question about it. Areola is so underrated. If Fulham go down, there's no way he's going with them. Tell you that for free. Ziyech realistically should be finishing that, like 100%. And that just sort of highlights what I was saying again about Ziyech not being in top form. Should be finishing that realistically, but it's a great save nonetheless. Ziyech does pick it up. Werner just can't get a touch to bring it in, and it's a save from Areola again. It's probably going to go wide anyway. He was offside anyway, I think. That looks and sounds like it was dangerous. It was. It's going to be a yellow card. First one of the game. Kevin Friend, absolute. Probably one of the worst referees going. That's a nasty one from Zuma. I wouldn't be surprised if they go to VAR here for that. Don't think, no, they haven't. Don't know why. If that happened to a Chelsea player, I'd be asking him to go to VAR, I'll tell you that. So, just to clarify, Kurt Zouma in the book. 4 minutes to play. And, I don't know, the more I think about it, we could definitely be doing more with this game. It's, as I was saying, very, very West Brom vibe. Get to this point. If Fulham score before half-time, I think it's going to be a tricky one in the second half. We really need to get a second goal just to separate us a little more.
That's how close they are. And part 3 comes from North London. We have Spurs against Sheffield United for you from 7.
Don't know how that been how that's a foul.
Look at Fulham's recent record over the last dozen games or so, and you see that struggle to score consistently 6 times in the last.
Don't let them score.
Might be a chance here for Madja.
Jesus Christ. Picked up Ziyech. He's got it. The counter's died though. I don't know though if that's Mason Mount picks that up. It's a brilliant switch of the ball. Havertz down the wing. It's a shite playthrough from Mount. But we somehow got onto it still. Oh. Werner getting his fucking pea-brain on that. Killing it. Mason Mount round the back would have picked that up. It's another thing. Timo Werner's so short. There's so many chances in the season that had Tammy Abraham been playing, he would have scored. But Timo, it's so, the height difference is crazy, and it does play a part. It really does. I need a beer at half time. I'll tell you that. Fucking dozing off, falling asleep, fucking slurring my words. There can't be too much added time either. They're not getting. I don't want to say that, but because you never know. Fulham are desperate at this point, but you got to be fucking surprised if Fulham score. If Fulham, not if they score, but if Fulham come away from here with 3 points, you would. It's a fucking surprise if they do. I mean, the odds now, especially for them to turn this around and win, have got to be like 150 to 1 or something ridiculous. Let me have a look. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm dead on there. 30. I'm not even fucking remotely close. 33 to 1. The odds they've given. They're giving for for Fulham to turn this around. Got more chance of Arsenal winning the league, I think. I mean, you don't, but not far off. Just the 1 added minute. Christensen, way out of position, but oh, fucking that's why.
Turn out a lot worse for Fulham. Get to half time, just 1 down. A few words from the manager.
Now we've fouled so many times in this game. 9 fouls already. Well, I say already, it's the end of the first half, but we're a dirty fucking team. We really are.
Delivery. Link was from James. Robinson. Anguissa. Up against Havertz. Robinson's cross.
Oh! Fucking hell! Get it out! God, I had flashbacks to fucking West Brom then. What a save from Mendy! Deflected off the inside of the leg after going through the legs of Reece James. Mendy had to re-fucking position himself. I can't believe he saved that. Jesus Christ. Boys, it's half time. It's 1-0 to the boys. Thank you so much for tuning in up until now. Thank you so much for all the follows so far. There's still another 45 minutes to go though. But as it's half time, remember that, you know, the same drill as always. Do what you need to do. Hopefully I don't get taken down at half time for going for a fucking piss. But as I say always, nonetheless, it's got to be said. So on, so on. Thanks again for tuning in. Hopefully I see you all for the second half. I will be here. So stay tuned. Go and have a piss. Do your normal thing. And I will be back very, very shortly. Give me 5-10 minutes, boys, okay? Okay, alright. Bye. We're back. Welcome back. Hello. Welcome. Oh, we've got to score. I think that last kick of the game in the first half was an eye opener. That a 1-0 lead is not really good enough, especially against a team that's fighting for survival. Well, don't be surprised if we do bag another goal, but also don't be surprised if Fulham actually manage to bag a goal as well. Scotty Parker on the ropes, looking for any sort of opportunity to get Fulham back into this game, of course. But hopefully Chelsea can persevere and bag the 3 points. An important 45 minutes for both teams in question here. Chelsea, of course, going for the top 4, which, as it stands, we're looking good. It's looking good. But as I said in the first half, goes without saying, really, but a win here would really, really help Chelsea in their fight for top 4. Especially given that Leicester dropped points. We're underway. Mount picks it up and is fouled. Quite a few fouls there in the first 10 seconds or so. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah. It's surprising that Mount actually started. If we are supposedly resting players for the Real Madrid second leg, you would think he would drop Mount, given that he's our star boy. Here's Havertz. Werner crossed in again. Oh, cleared away. Fulham on the ropes here. Christensen fucking everywhere. Takes out the cameraman. No substitutions at half time. But don't be surprised if you don't if we see Tuchel make a substitution in about 5-10 minutes. Trying to think really. There's no point really bringing Dave on. James doing well so far on that right wing. Jorginho maybe. I can't see us playing Kante unless we really, really have to. For whatever reason. Pulisic as well. I can't really see him coming on. I would imagine that Hudson-Odoi will probably come on. If we go 2 or 3 goals up, Angerin could be a shout as well. Be good to see him get a few minutes under him. Don't think Angerin's played since that Liverpool game last season. And Abraham as well, of course, goes without saying. But it really does, you know, I don't know. I feel for him, I really do. I hope to see him come on. I think even just to try and get another goal, you would bring on a player like Abraham. Werner, obviously, as we said multiple times in the first half, that he's just not fucking cutting the bread, is he? He's not doing enough. Mason Mount going in for a dangerous fucking challenge there. Why? Good chance here for Fulham, but dealt with well by the skipper in for this game, Thiago Silva. Brilliant ball. Oh, and Havertz just couldn't get the ball away from his feet enough. Werner still on the ball. Havertz all the way through. It's in. What a goal! Kai Havertz. Timo Werner with another fucking brilliant through ball. If there's one thing the boy can do, it's bag an assist. What a fucking ball. Kai Havertz just going through. He's well onside. He's onside. Havertz just places it so delicately into the bottom corner. Even a goalkeeper as good as Areola can't do anything about that. And it's a second goal for Kai Havertz. And with that goal, surely now you would think, oh, here we go. He's off. He's offside from the initial ball. He's onside. He's on. 3 goals in his last 3 Premier League appearances for the German. And really, really early in the second half, you've got to think it's game over already now. And just like that, we're 2-0 up, boys. Get in there. Hopefully not a boring rest of the game. Scoring that early in the second half. Pretty much deciding the game at this point. But as I was saying, now may be the time. Unless we can get one more, then it's absolutely secure. You bring on a player like Angerin. Is it Tuchel time? I think it is. It is Tuchel time, baby. There he is in all his glory. Look at that. Look at that. It's Tuchel time, baby! What a time to be a Chelsea fan. I know it's only Fulham at the end of the day, but you never know. You never did know. Against a team absolutely desperate, scrambling, more or less, to stay in this. Literally, probably the one team that they didn't want to face besides Man City was Chelsea at this point in the season when they're trying so hard to stay up. And it has gone the way that you would think, at least on paper. But it's not over yet. One would assume that it is over, but it is Chelsea at the end of the day, so anything can fucking happen.
Something has to change for Fulham. A game that they really need the 3 points, given the results earlier on. If you haven't heard Brighton,
I think Fulham have lost their head here now. Sloppy play.
9 points. Yeah, you just got to try and ask the question, put a bit of pressure on those just above. That's something Fulham have not been able to do over the last.
Rudiger obviously picking up a knee injury. So that's why he's not in the squad. Kai Havertz does foul. He likes a hat-trick, he does, for Chelsea. I think he's only had one for Chelsea, but he does like to. When he plays, he scores. That's the thing with Havertz. It's always a little bit of a strange one why he's actually our striker when he does play. The only times he plays, he's a striker, and I didn't really think that was a position that he was capable of playing, but he does prove that he can finish. Wouldn't be surprised if he does get a hat-trick unless he gets taken off. But I don't really see Tuchel taking him off anytime soon. He's not exactly first team material for a game like Real Madrid, hence why he started over Christian Pulisic. But certainly building up to gain that first team place. I feel he's warranted it, but Pulisic has proven to show up on the big games especially. He doesn't show up all the time, but on the big days, he does show up. Hence why he is first team at this point. He had to earn his way into the team though. So it's probably a good thing for Havertz, having seen Pulisic do exactly what he's trying to do. He knows it's possible. He just has to put in the performances. And he certainly is doing that. Played away. Werner, nearly through, but a brilliant interception there. Werner nearly away. Here's Chilwell. Go on, the boy. Werner again. Werner's looking... He's looking a little confident in this game. God, I've got such a stinking headache. My God. Buddy Thock, welcome, welcome. We are indeed in the lead. Buddy Thock, if you're not following, mate, I don't think you are. Feel free. Plenty more yeses to come in this season. Still massive, massive games to come. Just to highlight, for those of you that aren't exactly clued up, but we do have very, very big games coming up. As I said in the first half, Real Madrid, Man City away, Arsenal at home, and then Leicester in the FA Cup final. All of which you can see, or not see, but you can see me watch it right here or on YouTube. So if you are new, if you're looking for a place to come and watch these sorts of streams, I am here. Anguissa. Foul given away by Christensen. Follow me. Please. I need your follows. Yeah. I'm not bothered. I've hit the 200 mark, so I couldn't. I don't know. I feel like I've asked more for it recently than I ever do. I wanted a reason to show off my socials page. Just show off the little design I've given. Fulham with a chance here. Anguissa. Played through. Anguissa again. Brilliant, brilliant block from James. Putting his body on the line there. And his bollocks. The pace has certainly died down. You'd almost want a Fulham goal at this point to liven it up a little bit, but it's also a sign that we are completely in control despite them having the ball. Our defence so much better than it was a year or so ago, even though we still have the exact same players really in defence. Thiago Silva being the only new addition, but the likes of Christensen, the likes of James and Zuma and Rudiger, all players that we've had for a considerable amount of time, even as far back as Conte. Under Lampard, no bueno. Absolutely no bueno. But under Tuchel, bueno. Absolutely bueno. Tuchel has brought the quality out of all of these players tenfold. Like, everyone is so much better. Even Werner. Werner's better than he was under Lampard. It's winning mentality in this team. Whereas under Lampard, there was almost like... He labelled it in the fucking press all the time of like, this is a work in progress. Don't expect anything fucking good. To him getting sacked and us potentially being in the Champions League final and even potentially winning it as well. FA Cup... Well, we were like, under Lampard, none of this would have been possible, I don't think. Realistically. He needs more people. Needs more props. Well, no, I was saying he's definitely good at assisting. It's just the only thing he needs to work on is his first touch, which is usually criminal. He usually is so bad. He's offside all the time. And his finishing as well. Apart from that, he's the real McCoy, he is, I'll tell you that. What?
Gets to this stage now, though, for Fulham, and there'll be players out there thinking, well, I'm in the shop window here. I don't want to be playing in the Championship. Is there somebody that could keep
Werner fouled on the halfway line.
A few low knees in there as well, whose futures will be uncertain. You've got Amina, who's on loan from Southampton. Anderson from Lyon as well. I'm sure we'll have done enough in their Premier League season to ensure.
But yeah, we've really slowed down the pace of this game.
A message passed on from Scott Parker to Mario Lamina.
Pick up the note. He's just fucking thrown it on the floor. Pick it up.
It looked like a short note.
Playing around in their own box at this point. Come on, try and bag some more goals, man, please. We love going 2-0 up and just sitting on it. It's so boring at times, it really is. But we do win nonetheless when we play like this. But
In 1979, John Beck and Gordon Davis, the scorers of the goal. Bobby Campbell, of course, who went on to manage Chelsea as well.
brilliant play from Werner. Oh, some Donny's just lying down on the halfway line. Here's Anguissa. It's a good chance. I thought he was going to let rip there. Anguissa again. My man's everywhere. Crossed in. Oh. Brilliantly dealt with by James. Comfortable clearance. An hour gone. Half an hour to go. Why they don't play Mitrovic more often as well, I've got no idea. Absolute menace he can be. Crossed in, easy save from Mendy. Can we counter-attack, please?
It's a really strange one, isn't it, the Mitrovic issue? I can only think something's happened behind the scenes that we don't know about, that he isn't in the right place to be starting games. But
Played over, Havertz is through here! Oh! Corner ball. Oh no. Oh, allow it. Come on. Mitrovic he's had his time every now and then. He's onside. He's well on. Mitrovic has had his moments in the Premier League where he's been an absolute fucking piece of work. He has. Wasn't he? He's at Newcastle, wasn't he, at one point?
Makes it look easy. Taking one out of the Mant playbook there. Bringing it down beautifully. We missed it earlier in the build-up to the first Havertz goal on 10 minutes.
We've been nice with the fixtures regarding Real Madrid. Obviously playing on Wednesday. We played first of the semi-finals, being the Tuesday fixture. But we end up being the deciding game of the semi-final ties. So we will find out in time for the game who we're going to be playing in the final, should we go through. Unsure. I think I prefer Man City, to be honest. I don't. PSG. Obviously, there's the Tuchel sort of tie, I suppose. But I don't know. We've beaten Man City already. We're going to be playing them before the final. If we both go to the final, we play them in the Premier League before then. Well, the game after Real Madrid, actually. But I don't know. PSG on their day, I think I'd prefer to play the likes of Sterling and fucking Foden rather than Neymar and Mbappe, because on the final stage I can see them performing. That being said, it's a one-off game, isn't it? So anything could happen. We beat Bayern in their own backyard with a team having Bertrand and Romeo in the starting lineup. So you know. Anything could happen in the final. Good tackle. Brilliant tackle. James, absolute unit he is. Fuck me.
Yeah, you can just see the fight seeping out of Fulham now. And the belief. Pretty much now, I think the game's up today and for their season.
Nice little... Oh, Jesus Christ, Ziyech. We need to make a sub. Or at least Fulham do. Make this a little bit more interesting. Probably the least exciting tie out of all the ones that we have left this season. That and Aston Villa at the end of the season as well. No, mate. Sorry. I got suspended in the last fucking stream for not even showing the match. So if I show the match, I'm going to get suspended, understandably. But it's not really a risk I'm willing to take. So I apologise, mate. But there's plenty of places you can go where you can see it. Oh, Jesus. First substitution of the game, I think. Ziyech is last inclusion or last impact on this game. Absolutely stacking it. Kante does come on as a substitution. A risky fucking move there. Honestly, I don't think it's necessary to bring on Kante. An immense impact that he brings to the team, especially against Real Madrid. He had an absolute blinder, didn't he? So strange that he would risk potential injury. Yeah, sorry, man.
Pretty impressive stat if he helps guide Chelsea to Champions League glory this season. Premier League, World Cup.
Sorry, just sorting out the substitution. Fulham on the attack here, though. Crossed in! James again, comfortable.
Well, that's 3 times now, isn't it? Ball's gone into a similar area.
What am I doing here? Follow. No, follow, fuck's sake.
Now getting bodies into the box more in the first 5 or 10 minutes than they are now.
Corner ball to Fulham. Chilwell in a bit of a mix there. Can't beat the first defender. A very Willian cross. Headed away by the goal scorer.
It's better than that. 2 or 3's under here.
There. Here is Kante.
It's almost like you can physically see the belief draining from these Fulham players. Scott Parker has been talking all week about...
No, as I said, Areola could... I feel like Areola could start for a lot of the Premier League teams that aren't being relegated this season. Palace. Well, honestly, I feel like... is he better than Guaita? I don't know. I don't know what it is. I back Areola so much. I think he's so underrated. I feel like he could definitely get in. He's better than fucking Butland, that's for sure. And he's your second in command, isn't he? Fulham have just given up here. They absolutely have given up.
It's been pretty conservative, hasn't it? Particularly here at Stamford Bridge. Anytime they've scored more than 2 in the Premier League.
Gilmour, completely forgot Gilmour was playing. I can't say that he's had too much of an impact. I'm sure he has, and I just haven't noticed. But certainly doing his job down the centre. Cut out there. Oi, ref! And just like that, Mason Mount's fucking broken his fucking arse. He's fucked. He's fucked. He's fucked. Why has he played him in the first place, man? Oh. It's one of those injuries. It's one of those things where that could either not really injure him at all, or it could fuck his back.
Very painful one. He's pretty unforgiving. Premier League pitches.
I think he may be fucked. 20 minutes to go. Such an unnecessary injury for a game, especially for a player like Mount. With one game to go, or our next game rather, being against fucking Real Madrid in the semi-finals of the Champions League. Why is he even playing? In Tuchel we trust, but there's sometimes I do question a lot of his his ideas. I would much rather lose Jorginho than Mount. Just take him off.
Those will stiffen up pretty quickly, I think. If he's going to stay on, he'll want to get moving again. Pretty sharpish. Apology from Lamina.
Well, we've won. I mean, we haven't won yet, obviously, but it's pretty much done and dusted now, isn't it? I do feel like we didn't need to play Mount in a game like this. Obviously, we needed to win, but also I feel like it was we could have won this without him, really. Just start Jorginho. Like, what? We're already missing Kovacic, arguably our best player. And then Mount, who is also arguably our best player as well. And with 20 minutes to go, he needs to cut. Don't fucking carry him on. Take him off!
No sign of Fulham changing that status quo. Yeah, you'd expect them to bring something of a storm for them in the second.
God, it's cold.
Goal.
Oh, given away. Werner. Don't know what that pass was. Cut out. It's Chilwell. Picked up by Werner again. Nice play. Chilwell! Oh! Havertz in the middle there. Looking to pick up the hat-trick, but Chilwell was offside.
Heavily involved in these attacks, which is important for him. Not just a goal scorer.
Challenged in the air. Challenged for a aerial sort of ball. Landed on the back of the player and sort of like fell from about fucking 20 feet. Landed on his back. He's fine by the looks of it, but it's a knock that you don't want, as I was saying. It's not a knock that you want on a player like Mount before a game against Real Madrid. So I was just saying it's why wouldn't you take him off at this point? We've won. Just take him off. Here is Mount. Havertz. James. Through the back. Werner. Oh! Oh, 20 foot. It's about 20 foot. 15 foot, maybe. Here's Anguissa. Once again, my man's everywhere except... They're dusted. They're so dusted, man. Fulham. Jesus Christ. Absolute shite. James is the cross there, not the right angle on it. He needed to bring it back rather than... He played it towards the keeper, for fuck's sake. Timo Werner. Oh, God. Havertz knows how to pick a ball out fucking nowhere, doesn't he? Just sticks his leg in the air and gets the ball every time.
With selection ponderables ahead of Wednesday.
Monopoly me. Good God, they're shite. They're so bad. Rightly so, they're getting relegated at this rate anyway. They probably are. Mason Mount. He's looking a little bit better. Since he's come back on, he didn't really look like he was hurt. Mount probably offside there. Yeah. Absolute multicoloured form at the above our badge there. Fucking state of that form in the Premier League. Jesus. Tammy Abraham coming on. Here we go. Now we're talking.
Will be on for FULHAM for a 100th career league appearance.
Was he bringing Havertz off? I beg he's not. Mount, rightly so. Oh, Jesus. Get him in a nice bath. Get him in a nice bath and he'll be fine. But, yeah.
Production line playing a rather less central role in recent weeks than the man he's replaced. Tammy Abraham comes on, so no more false nine for Chelsea. They got the genuine article out.
Who came on and off for them, for fuck's sake? He said Onama's coming on. Or did they not make their sub? Just gotta guess it's Lookman, isn't it? But yeah, Tammy Abraham, fresh legs, McGee.
Chelsea still full of energy as they press Fulham.
Nice to see him. Even if he does only get about 15 minutes or so to play.
Both of them at the same time. Onama is one.
Onama.
And the other one.
However.
Lisbon-born England youth international Fabio Carvalho.
Oh.
From his manager and a big show of faith. As Fulham fight for their lives, they're giving out a debut to a teenager.
So it's Cavallero coming off for Carvalho. Who else came off? Lamina. But with regards to us, Tammy Abraham probably absolutely desperate to try and bag a goal. It's so hard for him to try and get his way back into the first team and prove himself when he gets 15 minutes to play. What can he do in 15 fucking minutes? Intercepted there on the halfway line from Werner. Ends up being a perfect ball for the Fulham winger.
Fulham have to throw the kitchen sink at Chelsea and a bit more in these 5 minutes.
Well, they're not going to throw any fucking kitchen sink. Serbia's all-time top scorer. Whoa!
Debut.
Slow down.
Reasons behind it, but on the surface it looks a little strange.
Ivanovic has got to be up there, hasn't he?
Having said that,
Oh, do something! Fuck me, I'm falling asleep here.
thinks that Josh Archer is doing a decent enough job.
Play forward. James's head control is fucking unbelievable. Mitrovic is coming on. He's got his bollocks out at the moment, but
So we get 10 minutes.
here he comes. The Serbian top scorer. Woo. And so is Marcus Alonso. What?
Change of
It's always strange seeing him come on. He's not a bad player. He never has been. I mean, he has been bad sometimes, but
get a bit of extra height in at the back.
it's always strange. It's always strange thinking that he's still at the club. Same goes for Emerson.
Just take it a little bit of
Emerson, way too good of a player to be on the bench, or not even being a first-team player. Not necessarily being a first-team player for Chelsea, but
Chelsea back line.
Ben Chilwell coming off for the man mentioned, Marcos Alonso.
Well, they have delivered 3 really good crosses in the second half for them, so Mitrovic will be hoping a couple more at least for him to attack. Havertz dispossessed. Lookman.
And that is the last of the substitutions for this game.
Lookman.
Mitrovic is an absolute fucking unit. My God.
Goes Billy Gilmore. Second best in that challenge of Anderson.
For a game, right, that has had, let me check,
Olgisa. Now Havertz.
for a game that's had 18 fouls. How there's only one yellow card being given, I have no fucking clue. I wouldn't be surprised if Scott Parker mentions that
Reina. Echoed over.
as one of his little excuses, but it's yet another game against Chelsea that Fulham have failed to produce in. If we have a little transition here, have a little look at the old facts for the game. Chelsea have kept Chelsea are unbeaten in their last 20 matches against Fulham in all competitions. The one that I was so confused by is that Fulham are undefeated in 9 of their last 10 away matches in the Premier League. How? And Fulham's only victory against Chelsea in 39 meetings, now 40,
2 games for you.
was a 1-0 win at Craven Cottage back in 2006. I mean, jeez Louise. How this can even be labelled as a derby, I have no fucking clue. I mean, obviously it's a derby regardless, but there's certainly better derbies out there.
Well, when Fulham were leaking goals left, right and centre early on this season, it looked like they could have been relegated by Christmas, didn't it? So it's an achievement of sorts to still be in with a shout at this stage. But it's
Parker looks like he's about to burst into tears.
almost non-existent after what looks like a defeat here. By the time the weekend is over, as it stands, there would be a best case scenario, 9 points from safety, with just 12 points left to play for. Yeah, that would be the great escape.
Who are they?
Miracle of May.
I mean, they need 9 points out of 12 for survival. How? Surely they need the people... Surely they need Newcastle to drop points and stuff. They're fucking 9 points off. Newcastle have a game in hand. I don't really get their reasoning behind that. I must be honest.
Lookman will be looking for a rather better delivery than many of those he's produced from set pieces so far this afternoon.
Chance here for Fulham, though, to gain one back with 5 or so minutes to go. It is a corner. Deflection off of Tammy. Come on! Jesus! You'd think they were wasting time. It's like they want to go down. I think they're just so sick of it. They're just like, oh, fuck this. Just sack it off.
Seem to get in each other's way a little bit there, Tosin and Mitrovic. Yeah. Well, it's no time to be shy. They've just got to try and attack the ball, but occasionally you're right.
Oh my god, we are fucking taking the piss with this, wasting time. Fulham have shown one case of fucking scoring in this whole game. His interviews after the game are always such a crease, man. My god.
Designed the way that this afternoon would have gone. This will be pretty close to the template. Yeah. Haven't been overexerted, have they? No, I said at the start, it was one of those fixtures that managers worry about against a team struggling at the bottom. And you're thinking,
another chance for Fulham here. Tammy, foul from behind. It's not been given. Must have got the ball. Zuma dispossessed. It's back and forth. Fucking basketball here. Played in. Chance here. I can see him scoring it. He fucking hell. He absolutely schwaps it with 3.5 minutes to go. And that's the closest that Fulham have come in some considerable time. You have to think in games like this that the impact that fans would have on a game like this really may well have changed the outcome of this sort of game. I think Chelsea would have won regardless, especially given that we're at home and they've never beaten us at home. It's a nasty foul. But it must be hard for these teams that are fighting for survival when they haven't got the fans backing them.
3 minutes to play, Alan, without tempting fate one way or the other in terms of the result. I think this one looks like it's done and dusted. So let's give you your man of the match. Well, I couldn't give it Mason now because he was magnificent.
Mason, I'm sorry, I back Mason Mount. I love him to death, but there's no fucking chance that Mason Mount got man of the match this season. This game rather. Havertz came in to do this job. He's come in, bagged 2 goals. It's not even a debate. Really isn't. Fucking Alan Smith. I know he's giving it to him, so I'm not complaining too much, but the fact that he even had to make it a debate. I feel like Werner was more of an option than Mount, to be honest. 2 assists.
Finishing the season strongly.
Oh no, it was Mount with the first assist. Of course it was.
Mitrovic writhing around in agony after being caught by
And Mitrovic, who never plays, has just been injured.
Given by Kevin Friend.
What? The fucking size of him, he's huge!
It's a high line, they're defending here, Chelsea. Bit of space to hit.
Oh, come on! What are they doing? He's come out, and Gisa fighting it out with Kante. Kante comes out on top, I suppose. Fulham still have the ball, though.
Last minute of the 90, we're getting word they're going to be 4 added minutes.
4 minutes more of this shite. Just end it.
They could overread.
Tell you what, though, if they can bag a goal here,
Into Mitrovic.
they... Well, still on the attack here. If they can get a goal here, it's well in with a chance.
Swept away by the Scottish team, Billy Gilmore.
Abraham. Dispossessed. Never a foul. Get up. Toss in. Tosser. Fucking good one. That was a good one, wasn't it? Good old joke that was, eh? 4 minutes of added time.
Board is up, 4 added minutes, and time is nearly up for
Oh, it's through! Mendy.
heavy first touch allowed Mendy to
Calm save. And leaves a little kick in the head for Mendy.
good time here, anticipated nicking the ball.
He did kick him in the head there. Is that a trailed fucking foot or what? Unnecessary.
Like he got a whack to the head there, Edouard Mendy.
He definitely left his foot fucking in. I'm sorry. Cheers, well.
He's had just enough football recently, hasn't he?
Glad you enjoyed it.
To,
Not the best, not the best. Certainly been a good one though, numbers wise and interactivity wise. But the Real Madrid game, obviously, being the next one, will be a belter. Hopefully, I don't get taken down for no reason. I tell you what, Spanish teams fucking hate when I stream. The 2 times we've played Spanish teams, I've been fucking suspended both times. Pisses me off.
the keeper's face there, I think. He looks bright of eye, doesn't he?
They just come on and assume
Might be a bit of a loss.
that I'm showing the game. It's fucking annoying.
Obviously, head injuries, something that
But no, props to Twitch. They were very, very quick to respond and take the copyright strike down. Hopefully they get some sort of repercussions for false claiming me, but...
he's within 3 minutes or so now of guiding Chelsea to be a 17th clean sheet in 23 games since Thomas Tuchel took over. It's on the heels of Manchester City, who could be champions this time tomorrow if the result at Old Trafford goes their way after they beat Crystal Palace earlier on today.
Headed over. Tammy. How there's still 2 minutes to go on this. Jesus.
Mitrovic. Here's Robinson. Onama.
Intercepted again. Tammy Abraham getting very unlucky with his tackles. He makes the challenges, wins them, but the ball just fucking ricochets every time to the other player. Minute or so to go.
Lookman. Ongisa. Werner. Got away from Onama.
Here we go. One more perhaps. One more. Have it. Oh, ref! Send him off!
Close this one to being inside. I think it was.
Yellow card. My fucking arse. Fucking vile tackle that is. The former Chelsea boy, Olaina.
Certainly looks keen to take it, the Spaniard, who has a decent record of free kick goals for Chelsea.
Likely to be the last kick of the game here, boys. It's a good chance to make it 3.
Maybe stating his claim.
All goes towards the goal difference, so we'll take it if we can get it in the back of the net. It's most likely going to be Marcus Alonso, knowing what he can do. Absolutely whip it, won't he? Can't see it being James necessarily. Gonna prove me wrong though. Here is Alonso. Werner. Areola's on the floor still. Blow the whistle, man. Fucking hell. Put them out of their misery. Crossed in. Werner! What are you doing, man? I know he's offside, but what is that finish? Fucking hell. Get a job. There we go, boys. It is done and dusted. 2-0, final score. Thank you again, as always. All the regulars and some new ones here and there. Flores and however you say your name, the other geezer. Thank you very much for the follows. And thank you, as always, for tuning in. I really, really appreciate it. It's quite the average amount of viewers is slowly building. It's slowly building. Real Madrid, the next one, boys, Wednesday. I hope to see you then. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. And prepare yourself. Remember, as well, I don't want to plug this again necessarily, but I feel like I have to if you are still here. Don't forget, most likely I'm going to be taken down or suspended on the Real Madrid game. YouTube, they don't give a shit. So if you are here when I'm streaming on Wednesday, be sure to look up Chelsea Fans XI on YouTube. And subscribe so that you get the notification that I go live on there. So either watch it on there, but obviously if you want to watch it here, you can. Should I go down or get suspended on Wednesday, then that is the place that I will be. Let's hope I don't. What's going on there? Hello? There we go. It is Tuchel time. Every time. Boys, thank you again. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and I will see you on Wednesday. Have a brilliant, brilliant weekend. See you later. Go on now, Blues.